to part 2. It's been a week for you. It's been 20 minutes for us.
Hi, Rebecca's mom.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Rebecca's mum. So the party have just done 2 weeks of downtime, which was pretty much 2 hours of content. I was just doing downtime. And we're going to join back with the party on the 15th of the planting, which is the first month of spring. After the downtime, in the morning, you all wake up in the Golden Dragon Tavern and Inn. What do you guys want to do?
Breakfast.
Spend an hour detailing what we eat for breakfast.
Absolutely. Right, so you all have breakfast.
So 3 shots of rum, a tequila.
Maeve's got a taste for it now.
We need protein and we need coffee.
Oh yes, I would be having that coffee again. The coffee.
Coffee.
I thought it was pronounced coffee.
Coffee.
Quaff.
Yeah, oh no.
Coffee.
I mean, yeah, coffee can sometimes put hair on you, but not like that.
So, you all make your way down to the main room of the tavern, and you get yourselves breakfast ordered. Again, it's all on Lord Humber.
Whoop.
You also all get 2 weeks worth of wages from Lord Humber, which I think was...
Oh.
I can't remember how much it was now. But...
It was 100 gold a week.
it wasn't 100 gold a week.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty fucking sure it wasn't 100 gold a week.
It was more like, I think it was more like
I'm
10,
pretty sure
it was more like 10 gold a week.
Yeah.
Shut up, Rory. I think it was 100 gold a week.
I think it was more like 10. I think it was a gold a day each.
Fine.
So you each
100
get
gold a day?
No,
Yeah.
no, a gold a day each. So you get
2 gold a day.
gold.
Damn.
So you
2
get-
gold per 10 day.
2 gold per 10 day, was it? Okay, so you all get 4 gold for 2
Woo!
weeks' wages.
I'll take 4 gold.
Thank you, Vanera, for keeping those notes without me having to dig through my folder to find it, because I knew these guys were going to try and rip me off.
This is why you will never make it in America. If you're not ripping them off, you just know.
Hey, that 4 gold just put me up to 100 gold total.
Woo.
You can afford some of them
No,
spell components now.
Yeah.
Nope. I have 91 gold total.
Oh, Dobar's the richest person in this party.
Oh, yeah.
Not for long, though.
Rude.
No, he's going to...
I was the second richest until I decided to buy a breastplate.
Yeah, he's going to blow it all on hats.
Pity the fool.
He'll come out with a purple top hat and cane. It's
Yeah,
like-
or a big fruit hat. You know, one of those fruit hats.
Right, so you all got to get your breakfast. Sit down, you can discuss what you've done over the last 2 weeks, because you've all been doing relatively individual things, if you so desire.
I would go up to just kind of like ask Rory, how much do you know about Itas? Or our friend, well, I would say our friend Luca, rather.
I know of him quite intimately, given that he is the brother of my god.
So you know that he had a son?
I did not know that he has a son.
Oh.
I went back to the shop to talk with our friend Luca about my search to see if there was any more information on her name is Caliburnus. I don't know if that means anything to you.
I'd have to check the truth to see if Rory knows.
Don't think the name of the sword's in the truth.
No. I haven't heard that name.
I was just given a scroll that
Well, it's a
tells me
manuscript.
more
It's
about
actually manuscript, not a scroll.
manuscript that tells me more about my family history, and there's a lot to it.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
I can allow you to read it. I would kind of like pull out the manuscript and like, you can read it if you'd like. It's a good read. And it may or may not explain that I might be in danger.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Whoop!
Well, so am I. I'm like pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
Can I ask, are we all listening in, or is it just between you two?
Ah,
Just so
you
it
guys
don't
could be
matter.
listening. You guys could be listening in.
Okay.
Whether or not you're listening or not is fine, because I'm assuming we're all sitting at the same table. I'm not being super quiet about it.
Cool.
Yeah, nobody
Wanna
said they were
check?
going off on their own, so yeah, you're all kind of
Mhm.
sitting together, eating and drinking.
So
You just
Rory
hear a
takes-
little rumble come out of Nameless.
Rory takes the manuscript.
Yeah.
The Book of Heroes.
Yep.
Nah, Book of Heroes. Read it at your pleasure.
After you read that, we might, all of us, because we're traveling together, may be in a lot of danger. I
What
feel
kind of
like
danger?
we need to be very hidden right
Yeah.
now.
Yes, not all of us are wearing protection though.
I mean, there was an idea floating around of
Nigger for
the.
me.
No, my
You have
mind
to
went
look at
there
you
too.
there.
But she's not comfortable, and I'm not in a position, nor do I feel comfortable with forcing anybody to do what they don't want to do, that they don't feel comfortable with.
Does this require us going to the lands that were captured?
Perhaps we can go about a different way to persuading her rather than trying to intimidate or bully her.
I mean, I heard talks of melting copper down and maybe giving her a little vest.
A tinfoil hat.
Yes, I was thinking a copper vest, and it might actually protect her a little bit from.
Lilith is
Any
currently
fire?
in this group, isn't she?
Yeah, she's sat there listening to it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
currently sat here.
I just kind of look over at Lilith. No, wait, I'm not done. I look over at Lilith, and it's like I just look at her and go, Lilith, you don't have to wear the ring if you don't feel comfortable with it. But we need to find you more protection.
If
You might
Nameless,
have to ask
Nameless,
me to stay here.
Nameless speaks louder. Does this require us to go into the lands that were captured by the Zealots?
Possibly.
I think that might
Possibly.
be a little hasty.
I think we need to get a little more training first.
What if
But
she
like-
refuses to wear this vest? Then what?
We might be a little dimmer. Plus,
No,
you
she
never know.
refuses to wear the vest.
We should seek to understand just what it is
People are
For
being
this.
loud out in the hallway today.
that is stopping her from wearing this.
Well,
Stubbornness is what I see.
What's
Do you
that?
know something though?
but
I don't.
you know, maybe.
I-
Oop, go ahead. Sorry.
Don't think these rings are keeping us quite a secret as what you might think.
Especially when we're walking around with a beacon.
Well, it's not just that. I generally don't have a lot of contact by my god. And let's just say the other morning in my meditations, my god came to me and gave me a vision of things that happen or are happening.
But your gods are supposed to be dead according to the truth.
My gods are not dead. I have faith that they are still out there somewhere. My parents and grandparents, not 70 years ago, saw them with their own eyes and were pushed through.
I'm not sure what to feel about this, Maeve.
I don't either, because if you've got something saying that the truth is there, and they're saying that my god, Muradin, Vivian, are both dead, then I've been lied to my whole life.
But if they aren't dead, then the truth is not the truth.
When is the truth ever really the truth?
When it's the
There's
truth.
always a lie in the truth. There's always something somebody is keeping to themselves. It's just nature.
I hear you say Mirnin, and I ask, like, name sounds familiar. Can you spell it? Mirnin.
E-A-V-I-D-B-O-W-I-E.
What is it in my notes? 1 second.
I gotta find it now.
Is it M-Y-double-D-I-N? I think?
Yes.
Okay. Once I see it. What the hell?
I've been a little bit, I don't know, worried about telling you that
So,
you showed me this.
so you put on the ring, and the ring works by blocking divine influence.
That's what it's telling us, at very least.
So the implication of that is someone's been interfering with your communication with your god.
Well, yeah, the gate, the rift between the worlds is shut, so of course he's going to be a little bit squiffy.
Somebody is actively blocking elves from communing with their god.
You
Yeah.
said Sorry, you said Myrdin is M-Y-R-D-D-I-N?
I
Uh-huh.
think so.
Okay. At that, as you said the name and spelt it for me, go. She made my sword.
Given that this contradicts what
She? Brennan's a guy.
Sorry, I don't know. It does not specify. Okay?
Well,
He made my.
I suppose it can be kind of fluid, from what I've heard. But, yeah.
I mean, they are a god. I guess they could be whatever the heck they want to be. But they made my sword.
Interesting.
Given that this contradicts the truth, maybe we should go see Itas and ask him about Merdin.
possible, yeah, that would probably be a good place to start.
Ask him why the truth contradicts it. Ask him why his ring has allowed you to commune with a god that is
Maybe-
dead.
Maybe it's quite literally that, for us to start asking questions.
He's a god of hindsight.
Kind of.
He probably knows this already.
Sparking a rebellion, if you will. Bum, bum, bum! Sorry.
As you guys are quietly talking in one of the... I'm going to assume you
Yeah, is there anybody actually listening into us with all this in the middle of the fucking tavern?
I assume we have our own little room.
We're in a snug.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to assume that you're in one of the booths at the bottom.
Yeah, we're like in the.
But as you guys are talking, you hear the tavern doors open and somebody comes walking in. As you look over, Dobar, somebody catches your eye.
The woman in red.
And you do in fact see the lady in red walk into the into the tavern.
Oh, okay.
Rory had a moment of prescience there.
Yeah, you had a moment of foresight.
Yeah, I was about to
Granted
say,
by
is
your
that
god.
foresight?
Yeah.
You know?
And as she catches your eye, she turns and she sees you looking back, and she smiles. And she walks over to your little group, and she approaches and stands right close to the table, and with a big grin on her face, she says, "I need to take you to see someone. All of you."
Shit.
I look around and go, does it have to be all of us? Or just me?
Wow.
So,
Don't mind
as
my
you say
friend.
that,
He's a little bit of a whore.
she says, "Well, maybe later."
Nameless lays his hand on Dubar's forearm and goes, "It's not that kind of way."
Then a little halfling, like mousy kind of halfling, turns around at the bar and goes, "Do you like the lady in red? I need her."
That kind of
It was
arrangement.
just as you could use your spear on her when we're done.
No. No.
She says,
I don't want to hurt the lady.
I need you to come with me right now. My boss is not a very patient man."
Is your boss Garvin?
She looks over at you and grins, but doesn't confirm or deny it. And
I whispered
she-
that she seems creepy.
she moves to the door, and she waits there until you get up to follow her.
Nameless sighs and finishes his coffee and then slams his helmet down on his head. Let's go.
We might as well get this over with.
I stand up and go, lead the way.
Yeah, you can walk at the back.
She opens the doors and motions for you to all walk out. As you walk out, you all get accosted. As you exit the building, somebody is stood either side of the door and they pull a hood down over your head. And she says, "Don't fight this."
I was thinking about it. But
Do
I
they have a
don't.
bag big enough to fit over a helm?
Absolutely. They knew that you wear a helmet and they brought a
Hessian
potato
sacks
sack.
coming off.
Like
Does it
goes
have
over the
potatoes in
long
it?
pipe of his helmet. Stovepipe helmet, I'm imagining.
I mean, if you wish to try and avoid it, you can always do a deck save, but I'll leave that up to you. You don't have to. She's telling you not to.
We need to go and talk to this guy anyway.
Yeah.
Nameless will flinch and almost try to fight back, but he stops himself and just allows it to happen.
Yeah.
As they do that, though, Dara will drop out of my hair
Okay.
onto the floor.
Which
So
case-
Dobar tries to fight back too.
I'm just gonna let her do it.
Well, you are on
Enough
a
of
promise,
these
it
games.
seems.
Exactly, yeah.
She slowly puts the bag over your head, and you can feel her hand just trail down your bare chest. And as she takes you by the arm, and each of you feel somebody grab you by the arm, and you start getting marched off. Dara's obviously dropped down, and I'm going to roll perception checks now for everybody that's with you to see if they spot him.
Okay.
So if he's trying to be stealthy, please roll a stealth check for him.
He is going to try and sneak into a little nook or crevice or something like that.
These dice are shit.
I'm going to use my second portent of the day.
Well, you could have rolled new ones. I told you you could do at the end of the downtime.
Okay, I'll roll those now, but yeah. Ugh.
I'll let you use that last one if you want.
Okay, yeah,
And
I'll
then,
use that 18.
and then take these new ones, because you should have rolled them at
and
the
then
start
these
of the day.
two
Really.
new ones. So I'll message you with these two new ones. Where is it there? Those are the
Right,
new
okay.
ones.
So what's the portent that you've used and what's
The one from previous session, I've used the 17 already, and this one will be the 18.
Right.
What's his stealth at the moment? Bear with me.
You'll probably have to look on Foundry because it won't let me up.
+5 according to the weasel sheet anyway.
Right, okay. It's fine because these dice that you gave me are literally rolling like 2s, 3s, and 4s. Yeah, he seems to have gone unseen. You get led away from the Golden Dragon. You seem to be walking.
I'm watching through Dara's eyes.
That's fine. I'll tell you where you go after.
That's fine.
But you seem to be taking on a very twisty-turny route, and you seem to be walking for like 20-25 minutes. And you seem to be
Are we there
randomly
yet?
turning left and right and left again and right again. And
I'm bored.
the one thing that you are sure of, though, is you've not left the bridge. You can still feel the breeze, the sea breeze coming over.
And the cobbles and whatnot.
After another 5 minutes, you are all brought to a halt. You hear the sound of like a large door being opened. And then you are very carefully led down some steps. The steps seem to go on for quite a while. And they do seem to be like, not in a tight spiral, but like a square spiral going downwards. And there seems to be hundreds of steps.
God.
There does appear to be like a landing in between each. So you'll go down a flight and there's a landing. And then you'll go down another flight and there's another landing. So it does like appear to be a big structure.
Is anybody
Eventually,
counting?
if you want to count.
I will.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check. So just a straight intelligence roll.
Meanwhile, Kelly's just complaining about being bored.
I've got 16 total.
16 total. Right, okay. So by
Yep.
the time you get pulled to a halt, where you feel like you're probably at the bottom right now, you've gone down around about 600 steps.
I rolled a 1 on that check.
You went down 1 step.
One very, very, very.
Intelligence is my thing. Having a lot of 1s tonight.
As you're brought to a halt, you feel all the bags suddenly lifted off your head. You're in a very gloomy room that is at the bottom of a staircase, and if you look up, you do actually see this staircase going up. You can't see all the way to the top because the next flight's blocking your view. And there's a large set of oak double doors in front of you. There are no windows looking out to the outside. The room is lit by lanterns that you're in.
Is it safe to assume we're underground?
It's damp and it's cold.
Gross. Yeah, we're probably underground.
It's not like dripping with water, but the air's very damp. You know, it's very, very.
Yeah, we're
humid and
probably
it's cold.
underground.
Probably not.
At this
We're
point,
probably under the water.
the lady in the red, she turns to what you now see are 7 other people, all wearing some sort of face mask or hood or something obscuring the features. That we're all obviously guiding you guys down. And she just says, "You lot can wait out here. This is for these alone." And she flings the doors open. And she ushers you in. And as you start passing into this room, I'll describe what's in the room in a sec. Dobar, you're the last one in. And as you walk in, she smiles at you and you turn back, and as she walks into the room, suddenly her appearance completely changes, like she's walking through some sort of barrier. And you see her appearance change. And
Please be an old crone.
you see that popped up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see this quite striking, handsome elf gentleman with pink skin and white hair, wearing smoke glasses, and he still grins. He grins at you and goes,
Alucard?
"Still want that date?" And then he walks in and shuts the doors. As all of you walk in, you have this those magic users amongst you, and those that are wearing or using magical items, including your +1 weapons. You all feel strange. And as you look around and at your magical items, you realise you're in an anti-magical field, that there is no magic at all in this room.
Does Nameless see the lady dress change?
Oh yeah, you all do. As soon as she walks in, she passes through this anti-magical field and the disguise just drops.
Nameless looks at Dobar and just bursts out laughing.
Charlatan, how dare you fool me like that?
Well,
He-
stop thinking with
He
your
grins
dick.
back at you and goes, "I'm still up for it if you are." And he walks.
Nameless just keeps laughing.
Aw, he's nice.
You
Kill you here and now for lying to me in such a manner. You had my hopes
Dobar's
up,
been
man.
catfished.
Since episode 1.
Lilith is just rolling her eyes and is just like, "Oh, diddums."
Rory puts
Lilith
his,
might have been a
Rory,
bit jealous.
Rory puts his hand on Dubar's massive delt and says, "There's plenty more fish in the sea. Dry your eyes, mate."
As as Nameless just keeps laughing, slapping his knees, just like, "Oh, this is great!"
But whilst everybody is
dare
laughing, Maeve looks horrified. This is the first time she's ever encountered not being able to feel the weave.
Kind of the same.
Whilst you're all distracted by this very obvious lady who's not a lady, dude who looks like a lady who's walked into the room. You hear a cough from the other side. He's like, and you see this elf gentleman walk around a table where you spot sitting behind. There's a large table in this room. There is a window with iron bars across it. Really thick iron bars. There's a table which is literally filled with food. And behind the table, you see this halfling
Feeling
He
we're in
is
the sixth
absolutely
floor.
huge. He's wider across the middle than he is tall. And he's sitting behind this table, drinking and stuffing his face.
Right.
So a really bad version of Bilbo.
Yeah, probably. Well, what halflings should actually look like because they're eating nonsense.
It looks like a 9/8 sling.
Was this an AI render?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
cool.
impressed they got the number of figures right.
And you see that this is like an office, and it is lavishly appointed. There's an hourglass on the table as well, which seems to be flowing. The walls are all made of stone, and there is like metal reinforcement banding around them. There is another door to the side of the room.
It's probably yellow.
And this halfling turns, looks up at you, and he sort of like, he grins and there's a bit of gravy dripping down his chin. And he goes, so, these are the ones that have disrupted my business. You see, actions have consequences. You may think yourselves as heroes, slaying my agents and interfering with matters that don't concern you. And then he takes another piece of pie.
And who are you?
But I'm a practical man.
Gavin,
I
I
don't
presume.
waste valuable assets. So, you're here, so I can give you a choice.
Let me
Repay your
guess.
debt,
Yes, work for you or whatever.
or suffer the
Come on.
cost of defiance.
Are we armed?
Yeah, you can try it if you want.
I'm asking, like, do I have my sword on my hip?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I
everybody's got the weapon. You've got all the equipment that you would normally have with you
Stop
at
magical.
breakfast. So if you take your sword to breakfast, then yeah, you've got your sword.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a shitstorm.
He wipes his hands as he's looking at you, and takes a napkin and wipes his mouth, puts it on the table.
How many people are around us? What's the room, the layout of the room?
The room is about 15 feet square.
Okay.
There is this guy sitting behind the table, or the desk, who looks supremely confident. There are 7 guys outside the room. And there's this pinkish-looking elf in the room. And he doesn't
Are
look
there
concerned
any-
at all.
The magic
Are there
is
any
shut down in
gen-
this room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Go on, Rebecca.
Anything hanging from the ceiling? Big chandeliers? Anything above him?
No, there's nothing hanging from the ceiling. All that there's a couple of lamps on the walls. That's it. So there is a window that's looking out. There are heavy iron bars in front of the window. They're probably that diameter, so it's not something that you're going to be able to bend or break. If anybody wants to give me a quick perception check to see if you can see what's out the window without going to the window, feel free.
Okay,
I'm gonna give it a try.
I'll give it a try.
I'm not going to because I think Maeve's not
15 or above is what you
thinking
need.
properly at the minute.
Nope,
From where you stood.
I got 4.
22.
Ah!
I'm too small. I got 3. And also thinking, what the hell is going on?
What did Lauren get?
Lauren got a 17.
Cool.
I got 22.
You got a 22. So, nameless.
I did not roll.
Alright, that's fine. Dobar, did you roll?
Either.
No.
No.
Okay, so the
But
two.
I have another question after when we're done with this.
Alright, so the two of you that did roll, you can vaguely see the sea outside the window. And it's not very far off the window.
I feel like I know exactly where we are.
It's a couple of,
Yeah, me
maybe
too.
about 4 or 5 feet below the window level. What's your question before I move on? Nameless.
Can we check for any discernible traps or any way that the room could be flooded?
At this point, no. Not without you causing severe insult to your host.
I'm thinking some very insultful things to say to this host.
But
Because
anyway,
I'm thinking shenanigans,
Right,
but
they're
at the
okay.
same time, if anybody else is also coming to my conclusion, this room could flood if we start swinging.
so yeah, he's kind of in the middle of his whole bad guy speech, so he's going to continue. He says, "Consider this a test. You have 1 hour. If you fail, let's just say, well, the tides rise fast in these tunnels." And he raps his knuckles on the desk. And a hidden grate in the floor slides open. You can see, you can see and hear water gurgling below. Escape, and we shall talk of repayment. Fail, and you'll drown. The lights flicker in the room, and it goes dark for a second. It's only a split second, but in that second you hear a door slam, and when the lights come back up, you're in the room alone.
Where was this grating that he opened up?
Pretty much right in front of the desk. It's a 5-foot square in front of the desk. And you can see that the sea is literally just below. So,
Kelly
I should really change the music for some. It's not really.
Kelly questions how something that large moved that fast.
Wait, so how far below water are we? 4 or 5 feet?
There's the water is about 5 feet below the window level, and if you look it through the grate, it's literally just below. Like the floor's opened up in a 5-foot square. There's about a 2-foot drop, and there's an iron grate in the floor, and the water's right there, and it's rising up.
So they brought us in during low tide, but it's about to be high tide.
Actually,
Great.
do we need to get out of it?
Say yeah.
Might be just as simple as going through that grate, but I don't trust going through that grate because there could very well be traps.
How big is that window? The one that's currently got heavy
The
glass
window
in.
it's a relatively small window, so 2 feet wide, maybe 3 feet tall. And like I said,
Also about my
there's-
side.
Yeah, there's big iron bars that basically block the window.
Well, 2 by
Alright.
3 feet, all of us could squish through that if we had to.
Can I go investigate the door that they clearly left out of?
Right, so yeah, there's 2 doors. There's the one that you came through, and there's the side door. So which one do you want to investigate?
The side door.
Okay, yeah. You go over the side door. It is clearly visible. However, there is no door handle, and it's it's flush. There is a keyhole.
What's the door made out of?
The door appears to be made out of stone, but you very obviously can't be stone from the sound of it when it's shut.
Magic.
What? No, it's an anti-magic field in here. What else is in the room? So we've got a table, we've got food, we've got doors. Anything else?
There's an hourglass on the table.
Oh,
There's it's more of a desk rather than a table. And there's the 2 doors.
That's that.
Nameless turns to the others and says, does anyone know how to pick a lock?
No.
I'm gonna. So, Does the desk have any drawers?
The desk does have drawers, yeah.
I would like to investigate and see if any of the drawers are unlocked, or just start having a propaganda.
Okay, yeah, so give me an investigation check.
Bless.
Welcome to the escape room.
Bless.
Is there
Yeah.
a map for this room, or
No.
are we just
Rory, bless.
spelling it?
No, it's all kind of like
Bless.
theory of the mind.
Let's
Rory, bless.
You want me to bless?
It's magic, isn't it?
Or at least,
try.
what's it?
We can't use magic.
We don't know
No,
yet.
co-
How do you feel, the magic users? Do you feel like
investigation.
you're in contact with the Weaver?
16.
No, don't feel I can. We didn't. There's a void. Effectively, we can't.
What I'm saying is it
Connect.
gone now?
Rory will attempt to cast guidance and see what happens.
Okay, so you cast a spell. Nothing happens.
Okay, so it's still active. Okay.
16, you have a
16
look through the
investigation.
drawers. The drawers are all empty. They're unlocked, but they're empty.
Can we
Any
have a
false
proper?
bottoms?
Not in the drawers, no.
Right, okay.
Can we have a
Everything.
look at the hourglass? Like a proper look at it. What it's made out of. Can it be moved or things like that? I know it sounds silly, but yeah, something about that.
Yeah, okay. So give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Where are you? 14 total.
14. Okay, so you have a good look at this hourglass. It is, the sand is flowing through it. It looks like the amount of sand that's left would be exactly an hour.
Okay.
And he give you he said to you you've got an hour. It does look rather ornate. It's quite big, maybe 30 centimeters a foot tall. It appears to be it's kind of in its own frame, with a central. Sorry, I bashed the mic. With a central pivot point on it, so it looks like the hourglass can be turned over inside its own frame. It's not permanently attached to the desk either. You can push it about.
Can I touch this door? That's apparently stone, but not stone.
Sure. You touch the door. What you checking for?
See what it feels like.
It feels cold.
Does it feel like stone?
It does feel like stone. But give me an investigation check.
Oh no.
Can I give him a hand?
Oh, I'm already standing there, actually, if I could help him.
Yeah, one of you can help him.
Roll again.
Yeah, with advantage.
9.
That's a bit better.
9. So you give it a good rap with your knuckles. When you hit it, it feels like stone when you hit it, but it doesn't reverberate like stone. It feels like it's like a stone cladding on top of something else.
Okay.
So there's definitely stone there, but it's not very thick.
Can I
Is that
investigate
communicated
said
to
door?
us?
You can investigate the door, but every time somebody investigates the same thing, the DC will go up significantly.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, the obvious route would be down through the grating because the sea level is low.
Where's the water coming out of?
The water will be coming out of the grate.
Yeah, it'd be coming up into the room. You've still got you've still got the doors that you came in via, as well, and so you've got the window, the hole in the floor, the side door, and the doors that you came in via.
How high is that window? How high up?
It is 4 feet off the floor, so it's not very high.
Right. For shits and giggles, can I see what happens if I try and hit it with one of my black arrows?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Make an attack roll.
Is there any difference from the big door to the little door? Do they look the same?
The big door to the little door. So the doors that you came in via are 2 oak double doors.
Okay.
So yeah, they look completely different.
Yeah. I was thinking from the internal, because obviously we saw the external.
Possibly my worst shot ever, but still a 13.
Okay. So you shoot one of your black arrows. It hits one of the iron bars square on, and your black arrow shatters. It's a magical item, and in here it is basically a piece of wood.
Right. Cool.
Is there any gaps in the door?
Which door?
In the stone door?
Might be sort of like paper thin. You can see like the outline of the door, so it's not like tight, but it's not wide enough for you to get a blade into.
Okay. Okay. I'll reach in and go. I've not done this often. I wouldn't watch if I were you. Get down on my knees. Get my
Oh god.
my picklock out and start giving it a go at the door.
Right, give me a thieves' tools check, which is dexterity plus your proficiency bonus. Normally like a sleight of hand.
If this doesn't work, what would happen if we turned the hourglass on its side?
The water would still come up through the grate because
Yeah, it's just the
low
water.
tide, high tide. It's just showing us how long we've got.
13.
13. So you put your lockpick in the this is the stone door, correct?
Yeah.
And you start fiddling about. You haven't done this very often, and you break the pick and
Damn. Well,
you have got more picks. You haven't just got one. And you do manage to get the bit that you broke out, so it's not
good.
Nameless takes you by the shoulder and says, "If it doesn't work, you can use my sword to shove the lock through."
That's a good idea.
Can I investigate the food that's on the table?
Yeah. So give me an investigation check.
Fuck's sake, what is with my fucking rolls tonight? 12.
12, right. So on the table, there are, like, there's half a chicken. In fact, there's 4 whole chickens and a Coke. Somebody's going to get that joke. There's half a chicken, there's a big meat pie, there's a fruit pie, there's loads of different bits of fruit, there's half a pig that's been roasted. There's literally, it looks like a feast for maybe 10 people.
Each of us can take a chicken and shove it in our thigh pouch.
Could we
For later.
lock the grill with the food?
I was also going to check through and see if there's not been a key stuffed into something, or see if there's maybe a note under a plate or things like that.
Why aren't we just checking the door we came in through? Should we do that?
It was on the to-do list. Yep.
Could
We've got
we
the best
just open
investigation, by
it?
the way.
Right, what was that from Venera?
Who's got the best investigation, by the way? Out of interest.
Probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
I can
perception's
+1.
great if I'm able to use that at any point, but my investigation.
Just see
Okay.
if the door opens.
Okay, so you want to investigate the door that you came in through?
Yep.
Okay, whoever's doing it, give me an investigation check. I'm going to assume that you're getting help, so I'll do it with advantage.
You want me to do it then?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got +1, so no.
Shall we check my my rolls for tonight though, just to be on the safe side? That's actually not bad. That's a total of 22 with a 15.
We likes.
Right, okay,
Shite.
so you have a look. These doors have been locked, but they don't seem to be as sturdy as the other one. There is a bit of movement in them. when you shake the doors. The lock on it doesn't look very complex. It looks quite old and maybe not well maintained.
So either bash it or lockpick again. Off you go, Dobar.
Yeah, I'll try doing another picking the lock again.
Okay, give me another sleight of hand.
Okay. 5.
5.
Try again.
So
What if we just cut out the middleman and Dobar just runs at the door, shoulder in, and me right behind him? It just kind of like a multi-engine type thing go through.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
all right.
I
wanna
can
run out the
help.
door?
I'm not weak.
Either
Right.
Dubar's gonna break his fucking shoulder, or we're gonna get through.
Okay,
I
so
is very weak.
as you're running out, this is going to be a strength-based skills check. So give me an athletics check, and you can do it with advantage if you're going to run at it.
All right. I can definitely do that.
Oh dear.
Me too.
Well, let's
26.
do Dubar first.
Okay.
Because Dubar's got an insane athletic skill. So, with a 26, you charge into it like a man possessed, and you smash into this door. You hear something give and crack, and there's a bit of movement, but it doesn't fly open.
So not
Nameless,
his shoulder
if you want to
then.
have a go, you can go.
Alright. This is a strength check?
Yeah, athletics check with advantage.
Let's check. $16.
Okay. So you go charging at it, and you put your full weight into it in your shoulder. Dobar had obviously pretty badly damaged it when he hit, and it seems like you might have just sent it over the edge as it cracks, and you hear like the screech of metal just before it gives, and the doors swing a little bit, but they only go like 6 inches, and they hit something solid. But the lock is definitely broken, and looks like they might swing free now.
Fuck!
Can we
Let's
open
pull
them
them inwards.
inwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, we pull them inwards.
Okay. So you open the doors, and behind the door where the room was, where you came into, is now a stone wall. On it are written in gold letters 2 riddles. The first one says, "When I am young, I stand tall. When I am old, I fall. Use me wisely, and time you'll stall." The second one says, "First, see the path that lies ahead. Then, light the fire where courage is bred. Last, let the waters freely flow."
Can you write those in the comments, please? I'm not good at riddles.
Could you read out the first one again?
Or
Yeah.
just put it into the
I think he's
channel.
copy and pasting them into the
Thank
chat.
you.
Yeah, I'll try. Hang on, because I've got to find my actual. Give me 1 second, because I'll have to bring up my
Thank
digital
you.
copy of it. But in the meantime, well, come on, load your.
The first one, a tree.
Yeah. The trees are having sex around here, so.
Ah.
So I'll read it out again and I'll paste it. So it says, the first one says, "When I am young, I stand tall. When I am old, I fall. Use me wisely, and time you'll stall." And the second one says, "First see the path that lies ahead. Then light the fire where courage is bred. Last, let the waters freely flow. And the other in the chat.
Is there bread on the table? Out of interest.
That's what I was thinking.
No, there is not. Well, yeah,
God
okay,
damn it.
there is bread on the table, but it's spelt. It's not spelt
Wrong
the same
type
way.
of bread.
It's spelled B-R-E-D.
So. Can I get away with doing a perception rather than an investigation check on the floor? Like, I'm looking for runes, irregularities, and what I assume is stonework. I don't know what the flooring
yeah,
looks
of course
like,
you
but
I suppose. I'll let you get
Well,
away with it.
yeah, I guess that comes down to can we check her traps?
I'm not just checking for traps, I'm also looking for patterns, runes, irregular, like anything.
Are there any candles?
There's torches, right?
No,
and
there
16
are
on the
lanterns. You know, like oil lamps. A bit akin to this side. The one that's kind of hanging in the background there. Something like that, but on the wall.
I was thinking about the tall and small. It's like, what would be tall when they're young? A candle.
So, what did you get for your perception check? Just
16.
16. You don't notice anything odd about the floor other than being a 5-foot hole in it. Doesn't appear to be any sort of like magical traps in this place. I mean, it's got an anti-magic field, so it's probably impossible for it to have them. If you extend that to the entire room, the doors appear to be some mechanical traps. One of which was near that door that you just broke, and looking very closely on one of the walls, it looks like there might be some sort of like arrow trap. You might have seen these before in a dungeon when you've been out adventuring on your own, where if you step on a pressure plate or you do something wrong, it shoots arrows out at you, and you kind of get the impression that they were aimed at whoever was going to try and pick the lock on that door.
Can I do have a question.
Go on.
Is there any alcohol on that table?
There are 2 bottles of wine on that table. One of them's open and nearly empty, the other one's still full. You do also notice, Venera, near the back of the room, so behind the desk, along sort of like the floor line, there appears to be some very small vents.
Dara.
I think that's going to be a gas trap more than anything. But
We could block that with the food.
where is Dara right now?
I don't know, you never said. So it's
Well,
outside.
He would have been walking shortly, yeah. So what would he have seen when the doors closed? Are there 7 people still out there?
Right, so are you going into Warg mode to have a look through his eyes?
I won't be able to.
Exactly.
I can't click him in here either.
Well, the first one is a candle. First riddle.
That's what I think it is anyway.
Yep.
Don't
The second
stick to
one-
it if that's...
I have an idea of maybe what the second one is entailing.
Oh, bye.
Uh-oh.
Who was that?
Don't know.
Dennis.
Bye, Dennis. In general chat.
Yeah, no, his computer just did a thing, probably.
Yep, there we go.
Oh,
There we go.
Internet decided to jump. Sorry.
First see the path that lies ahead, so we're trying to figure a way out of here. Light the fire where courage is bred. Well, I'm thinking liquid courage. So
No.
wine.
Well, I think also you could hold the candle to the actual grate and then see if that lets it burn.
There's no candles in this room.
Lantern.
Is there anything
Yeah,
above us?
there's lanterns.
Is there anything above us?
The ceiling is about 5 feet above your head. It's just a plain ceiling. All
Just
the
a plain
information's
ceiling.
on the task.
Alright, Taskmaster.
Oh, what's going on here?
So, what you've got in this room, just to reiterate, you've got a table full of food with an hourglass on it.
Yeah.
You've got a side door, which Dobar tried to unsuccessfully pick the lock. He actually got quite a good roll. You've got the door that you came in through, which is now blocked by a stone wall. On the wall is 2 riddles. You've got the window that is barred with very thick iron bars, and the hole in the floor, which has got an iron grate on it, and again, it looks really thick and sturdy.
The hole in the floor has an iron grate on it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and pick the lock again.
Oh. There's an arrow bolt area, right?
Yeah.
A bolt hole for an arrow to come out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
main
kind of
door.
looks like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my buckler in front of it.
Good idea.
It's kind of aiming at the. That's aiming at the door where you've just smashed.
What is it?
Oh, okay.
So you could do that, but it's not gonna. It's not aiming where Dubar's going.
Alright, no. That's what I was concerned about. Is Dobar get one through the head when he pops the door, but oh, actually I'll investigate. Anybody wanna help me investigate for traps around the door that Dubar is about to pick?
Good idea.
The side door?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not brilliant, but yes, I will help to give you advantage.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Is there
investigation
a
check.
mirror?
I have a +1. Does anybody have a better investigation?
Is there, did you ask if there was a mirror?
Yeah.
No, there's no mirror.
Uh-huh. No, I've only got a +1.
Anybody have a better investigation than +1?
Yeah.
I
I have
Yeah.
+2.
Yeah. Whoever.
Yeah. I can give you a hand. Sorry, I'm trying to work out stuff.
I'm gonna take a gander. Military brain. I got a 9.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be any traps around that door. Just looks like a very sturdy door.
Okay, he's still gonna stand over Dobar with his buckler up like over his head,
Okay.
over his own,
appreciated.
over Nameless's own head, so he doesn't go down. But kind of like hope that his armor will stop whatever might come around.
Is your helmet shiny?
Can I pick
Is
this
it?
lock?
Yeah,
At
pick
this
the
point,
lock. Give me a
it's
sleight of hand.
it's dull.
Okay.
16.
16. You put your lockpick in, and you kind of fiddle about for a minute or two. You don't break your lockpick this time, but this lock is a lot more complicated than you have ever dealt with before.
Alright.
How much time do we have?
You have an hour from when you went in.
I think that first part is the hourglass.
it's fire.
Turn it on its side.
That first bit, yeah. When I'm young, I stand tall. So when you first start it, the sand is all at the top. When
Turn it on
I'm
its
old,
side.
I fall.
Yeah, it's like
Use me
the
wisely, and time you'll stall. The hourglass.
candle thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
lay the hourglass down.
Alright, let's try that.
No, it has to do with fire. When
That's
I'm young.
later. That's in. That's
No, that's the
second
second part.
one. The
Okay.
fire's in the second one.
So what are you doing?
turn in the.
I'm gonna
hourglass
walk
to the
over
side.
and put the hourglass on its side.
So when you say you're putting it on the side, you turning the entire frame over, or you just turning the internal bit so it's sideways on?
Turning the whole thing sideways.
Make sure the internal bits are turned to the side too.
Yeah, everything I want going horizontal.
Right, so, because if you turn the internal bit sideways, then turn the whole thing sideways, it's now the internal bit.
I want everything horizontal, is what I said.
Yeah, the whole unit is turned sideways.
Right, okay, so you turn it sideways, nothing happens.
It's still running?
No, the hourglass has stopped, but nothing else happens.
I think he was hinting at something there, so I'm going to put it
You wanna
back.
turn it-
to the-
100%,
The
but
Right.
internal bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's fine. I was just trying to say exactly what I meant originally.
Okay, so you
No,
stand,
you're right on with that thought.
you stand it
Mhm.
back up, and then you turn the actual hourglass inside the frame sideways.
Yeah, and then I'm going to find something to prop it sideways. So I'll grab an apple and stuff
As
it
you
in.
turn it, it clicks and it stays.
Right. Okay.
And as that happens, you hear another click from the desk.
I'll investigate the click. I'll follow the sound.
Okay. As you sort of like look around, you notice under the desk, there's now like a little box that's dropped down.
I'll pull it out.
Pull it out, and inside the box there is a golden key, and it looks like a very complicated key.
Is this what you need?
Walk up to you and go. Snatch it off you. Go to the door. Try and open it.
Unlocks it. And it goes click,
Well,
and it starts swinging
Oops.
open as you pull.
that was easy.
Nameless pulls his sword to be ready.
I'd like to point out that Lilith mentioned doing this in the first 5
She did.
minutes.
She did.
She did.
You know what? Shut up.
But now we have more information.
Let me just say that if you'd have done it and you'd walked out of this room without seeing those riddles, might have caused you an issue later on.
Oh, that's true.
Right, so the door opens, and you see that there's this long corridor.
There's the second bit.
Hmm?
I'm just the riddle. That is the second bit.
So there's a really long corridor. It's about 90, 100 feet long. It's lit again by lanterns along the sides. Each of the lanterns appears to be in a little alcove, so it's not sticking out of the wall. It's they're recessed into the wall as you look down it. The ceiling is 30 feet above you, and the corridor is 10 feet wide.
First see the path that lies ahead, then light the fire where courage is bred. Last let the waters
In the heart.
freely flow.
Courage is bred in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
in the
think we need to
center.
walk down the corridor
Yeah.
and accept the fate. We need
Yeah.
to first see the path that lies ahead, then light the fire where courage is bred. If we don't walk down this corridor and accept whatever happens, we're not going to get to the end.
I got an idea. The water is
Well-
going to rise up and we're going to be able to reach up higher.
Swim to the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, Nameless tightens up his breastplate, his brand new breastplate and helmet, and holds his sword in both hands and let's do it.
yeah, I walk down the start. So I tentatively walk down the corridor.
So,
Can
right,
we
okay.
So
now
should-
use magic?
Yeah, can we use magic in down
You
here?
don't feel like the weaver's returned to you, no?
Okay.
I'm going to be keeping my eyes open for like traps and stuff as I'm walking. out.
Okay, so
Nameless looks back at Callista and Venera and gestures come forward.
Can I
I
use
walk
my
forward.
Well, no, it won't work because it's magic. Sorry.
Because
Yep,
even though
I-
Venera's,
All my ideas as well have gone, oh.
because
gonna use
even
the
though
glow.
Venera can't use her black arrows, they're still arrows.
Hang on.
Go on.
I mean, I was going to check out the floor before I went anywhere, but you guys carry on.
Lilith,
All right.
you said hang on. Go on.
I have some birch from when I went foraging many moons ago. Do I have anything to light, like flint and steel?
I walk up to one of
do
the
you have it in the box?
alcoves. I go walk up to one of the alcoves and take one of the torches from
Are
the
you all in
sconce
the
and just
corridor
put it
by
to
now?
you.
That will also
Yeah.
help
Yes.
too.
As the
I'm
last
in the
of you
corridor.
steps into the corridor, you hear a click.
Oh.
Then you
like
hear
this.
the sound of grinding stone on stone.
And it's all coming in on us.
As you look up, you notice that the ceiling is moving downwards, and it's moving at a fair pace.
What's at the end of the corridor as well? There's a door.
Light.
You can kind of glimpse in the gloom that there is a door at the end, but it looks like a vault door, kind of heavily reinforced. At this point, we'd have to go into some sort of like a turns order, because this is kind of critical.
Mm-hmm.
The ceiling is coming down. You estimate that you've got maybe 18 seconds before it starts crushing you.
Huh, and I'm tiny.
And that's where I'm going to leave tonight's session.
No.
Yay!
It's 1:45, and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
it is.
people might be getting tired. So,
And also got work. Got my 8-day stretch.
so we'll leave it with that, and then
That's
next time we'll come in. I'm not going to do like a full initiative order, but you've basically got 3 rounds before this ceiling's going to touch you. So
Okay.
what I'm going to ask you to do is each of you will get a chance to act, and then that's the end of the round.
Okay.
Has the door slammed behind us, or is it still open?
No, it's still open.
Right, okay.
You need to do that whole Star Trek.
Kind of.
You
Well-
looked at the cliffhanger.
What I'm thinking, I have a thought. I don't know if,
No, the thought's a man.
Yeah, the thought is a man, yeah.
he is a thought latte. I mean, but no, I have a thought. I know you can do the haste thing now. What
I
if
can't right now.
No.
they can't? Mhm.
No, I'm
Yeah,
Damn
it might be like, you know,
Magic!
the DM might have designed this dungeon knowing that there was 3 magic users that could really fuck it up for him, so he's put an anti-magic field in the way. So, with that, I'm gonna we're gonna say see you next time.
Oh,
Good night.
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, Rebecca's
Bye,
mum.
Rebecca's mom.
Bye, Rebecca's mom.
My Rebecca's mom.